Lesson 53, performing compositions of functions. So, when you have two functions, f of x and g of x, if you want to multiply them, we write that as f of g of x. Wait, no. When you want f of g of x, we can write it this way, or we can write f with a little circle, g of x. So we could write it that way. And g of f of x, you could write g of f of x. So I think the easiest way is to show it. Basically, you plug in the function of g of x into the x value in your f of x. And then you simplify. Or if you're doing this way, you take your f of x function, the entire function, and plug it in for the x value of g of x. So, and then you simplify. So I'm going to show you using a bunch of examples.
Why did they hate us?
If f of x equals negative x and g of x equals 2x plus 3 and h of x equals x squared.
Is that negative x? Like f of x equals
Yes,
x?
it's a negative x. Tally?
So it's kind of just saying that for g of x of f of x, so like g of f of x,
Mhm.
so that is correct. Are we saying that x equals a function of f of x? Is that
The entire function, yep, for your x. So if I want to find f of g of h of x, okay? I'm going to find f of g of h of x. And when we're talking about functions, we just use parentheses. So I don't know if you guys remember when you're actually using groupings, symbols, we always do parentheses, then brackets, then braces, then parentheses, brackets, braces. But when we're talking about functions, it's just always parentheses. So we don't change them into brackets or anything. So we're going to take our h of x and plug it into our g of x. So we're going to do f of, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go 2, and then the x has to be this x squared. So I'm plugging in my h of x for x. Okay, so here's your g of h of x. So I'm going to do 2 times x squared plus 3. So I just plugged in the function for the x value in g. Then I'm going to take this and plug it in for the x value of f of x. So I have negative 2x squared plus 3. So I just plugged in this whole thing for x, which is negative 2x squared minus 3. Spencer.
So if you plug in h of x for x, wouldn't that mean that h of x equals x instead of x squared?
No, h of x equals x squared.
Yeah.
If I want g of h of x, I'm plugging in x squared.
Oh, it's like a multiple.
It's like saying g of x squared. Is
That
it?
that makes more sense.
Okay. So if I want if I have f of x equals 4x minus 6, g of x equals 3x. If I want, we're going to find both f of g of x and g of f of x. So if I want f of g of x, this just means I'm trying to find f of 3x. So I just took my g of x, wrote it right there. That is equal to 4 times 3x minus 6. So I just took my g of x function, plugged it right in for x. So that is 12x minus 6. If I'm finding g of f of x, I'm basically finding g of whatever function f of x is. So I plug this into my g of x function. So I have 3 times 4x minus 6. And I get 12x minus 18. So these are not the same thing in this case. Okay, but this would be f of g of x, and this is g of f of x. Yes?
So basically, it's just hardcore substitution.
Hardcore substitution. Yes! Very good. That's the end of the lesson, and we will be doing practice